Good morning, vlog. I am making my coffee. I figured I would take you along for my week. I don't really have anything crazy going on this week. Oh, that shit's good. Then this weekend, we are going up to Lake Tahoe for the weekend, so super excited for that. We're gonna be going to, there's a celebrity golf tournament that we're gonna be attending, and then also just enjoying Lake Tahoe time, so. We love Lake Tahoe, and we typically spend anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks there a year during the summer, and then we're there a lot for ski season as well. So figured I would take you along for the journey of what this week is going to entail. It is 7:30 in the morning right now. I just took the boys for a walk. If you don't know, the boys are my two dogs. This is Deegan. This is my baby boy. And then let's go see the big boy. This is Finnegan. Or Finn. Or whatever other silly names that we come up with. Sir, what is it? What is it that you're saying? What are you saying to me? Oh my goodness, you guys just want to play. Oh god, this coffee's tasting so good. Hi, babes. Hi. Hi. Back from my dressage lesson, back home, took a super quick rinse off, and I'm in a sweater because it is so cold. Here in the Bay Area, it is July and it's cold. Like, I was really chilly during my dressage lesson, which is absolutely insane. So, anyways, that's weird, but I am just having a protein smoothie, doing a bit of work here on the couch. I'm gonna go back into my office and I have a couple calls later. Thankfully not on camera because I'm looking a little rough right now. I'm gonna do that, do a little bit of a reset for the house, and then tonight gonna cook a really healthy dinner. And I think I'm gonna grill up some flank steak, make some chimichurri, and do some sort of like healthy side on the side. I love quick, easy, interesting, fresh, delicious meals. So I have a ton of parsley in the garden that I need to use, so that was kind of the reasoning why. Also, for whatever reason, my arms are so tired holding up my phone. I need to get a tripod or something. Had a really good dressage lesson this morning. Some context, I'm coming back to horseback riding after 15 years. I did very low level eventing growing up, which I loved, but I got really competitive in my other sport and I decided to take a step back from riding. And I just never got back into it, unfortunately, but I've been missing it a lot. So now I'm coming into it in my adult life, which I absolutely love. It's actually really fun to get back into horseback riding as an adult. I'm really enjoying it. Love my new barn community, love my trainer, and of course I love my horse, Easton. He's just an angel. He is a retired level 3 eventer, and he's just an angel, but he's also a beast. Like, he knows all of the things, and he's been teaching me a ton too, so that's been really fun. Hi guys, I just got back from the barn and I am super dehydrated, so I made some electrolyte. It's like 95 degrees today and it is just it's roasting outside. So did a really nice trail ride with a gal from the barn, and we just chit-chatted the entire time. And by the time we were done, we both looked at each other and we were like drenched in sweat. We were just having such a good time. We didn't realize how hot we were. It was a really, really warm morning. It's almost 3 o'clock now, and I got back from the barn at like 11. So I guess I got back a little while ago. Just have been working in between, but finally decided to take a little break, and I'm making some meal prep. By the barn is my favorite farm stand that I like to go to. They always have really fresh fruits, vegetables, herbs, all the things. So I always like to stock up, especially if I don't have time to go to the farmer's market over the weekend, which this past weekend I was in Lake Tahoe for the ACC, which is basically the celebrity championship golf tournament, which was so fun. I feel like my body needs a little bit of recovery from it. I didn't really drink or go crazy there, but you're just outside all day, which is like my favorite. I love it. But with the elevation of Tahoe, it always kind of wrecks me. So healthy food prep now for the week, just to set myself up for success, and figured I would just show you what I'm making. This is kind of a typical week and haul from what I get from the farm stand, and then also just food prep wise. So I got some red onions, and I am just doing a kind of a quick pickling of red onions for me to have throughout the week, so I can put in salads, put on dinners. We're doing tacos tonight, so I'm going to put these on the tacos tonight and just kind of have those ready to go. I also love making some salads just to have on hand for like a quick, easy lunch or snack. It's kind of like a Greek Mediterranean inspired salad. I typically will put some cherry tomatoes in here, but the farm stand didn't have a great assortment of them. They had some really nice like heirloom varieties, but not a ton of cherry tomatoes. So I have some in my garden I'll probably pick and put in here, but for now I just took a mandolin, sliced up a bunch of cucumber, bell peppers, and red onion as well. And I was actually just gonna finish this while I thought might as well film and kind of chit chat with you guys. I feel like I've been really spoiled and blessed with A, having a garden, and then B, having a lot of really fresh produce during like spring and summer and even in fall here in California. So, I can't do store-bought tomatoes. I know that's probably really bad, but it's true. This looks probably pretty insane. This is my famous chive blossom vinegar. I still need to drain it, but honestly, I'm a little lazy to right now. It's literally just white vinegar, chive blossoms. I'll do white wine vinegar sometimes, but I have a big jug of white vinegar, and this has been steeping, I don't know how long, a couple of days. And I just, unfortunately, broke my top. No. It's okay. But this, I always like to add into a lot of my salads and, into my salads and marinades. It adds a really nice kind of oniony but fresh flavor. I really like it, and the color is really pretty. I also love to give that as a gift. I really love any feta, but it has to be in brine, but it makes such a difference. This feta that I have is the Trader Joe's Greek feta in brine. They also have I believe it's an Israeli feta in brine. That's really good too. This was just what they had there, so I'll go between the two. And it has to be in brine because it's delicious. Figured I'd give you guys a little update as I kind of show you my haul, make my salads, and do my meal prep. Went to the Tahoe Open, or ACC, I guess, Celebrity Golf Tournament Open this weekend, and it was so fun. It was my first time going. Nolan, my husband, he's been the last like 4 years, I think, and I absolutely loved it. I really like golf. I have gotten into golf kind of recently. I've been playing on and off for the last couple of years, and when I was little, my dad put me in lessons, and I just didn't have the attention span for it when I was little, but I love it now as an adult. Really love, I guess one thing that you'll notice about me and my hobbies and what I like to do and what I choose to share with you all is that I love hobbies or activities or things that, one, are active and outside. That's like my favorite. And then two, things that you have to work really hard at to progress. I love being challenged with like my hobbies, activities, with what I do. So working out, honestly, cooking, gardening, while those are more relaxed activities typically, there's not ever really a stopping point to where like you've made it, so to say. You gain a lot of knowledge, but I think that there's beauty in like testing and trialing, different recipes or different methods in the garden. And horseback riding is very similar as well. There's not ever a time where you've arrived, so to say, to where you are, the best of the best. It's always a kind of constant game of improvement, which I really enjoy. My little tidbit on why I really enjoyed the celebrity golf tournament this weekend, the entitled Housewife, if anybody watches her on Instagram, or I think she might have a YouTube too. I think she's hilarious. She's a comedian and love her content. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Salad, got it all mixed up here. Gonna put some salt, pepper, and olive oil in it. And then I think it will be good to go for the base. And then I just add a ton of herbs. So I have, from the Farmstand, I have mint and dill. One of my weird obsessions is really high quality, delicious olive oil. I always like to have a can or a jug on hand. And this is going to sound really obnoxious, but we actually have imported some from Italy before, because on our honeymoon, we went to Tuscany and found a winery. Found a winery that we went to and fell in love with their olive oil and their story as well. But we have imported some from Italy, and that is how seriously we take our olive oil. Definitely not saying you need to do that. There's really good high quality olive oil, elsewhere, but just saying it's a really lovely little luxury for sure. To finish off the Greek salad, a lot of times when I get herbs, I'll just put it in a mason jar, or I'm spilling water. When I get herbs from the farm stand or farmer's market or wherever, I will put it in a jar like this. So it's kind of like a little easy cut and go whenever I want to use it. Some kitchen shears, and I'm just going to start cutting a bunch of dill and mint. And you can add other herbs too, like oregano, if you wanted to add some chives. I already have some chive flavor in there, which is kind of oniony. So I love onion. So if you don't like onion, you can definitely not add chive blossom vinegar or chives and onion, because it's a little aggressive. But I add like an aggressive amount of herbs. And I really think that the herbs make truly all of the difference in this salad. And then the mint, I don't actually like to cut it. I typically will do some tearing of it. Summer is just going by so fast. I know it's technically still the beginning of summer. We're in the middle of July right now, and at the end of this month, I am actually having a pretty big birthday. I am entering into a new decade. I think I'm going to absolutely love this decade. For context, I'm going to be turning 30, and I loved my 20s. I learned a lot, as I'm sure many people do, through their 20s. I got to meet and marry and start building a beautiful life with the love of my life, so I'm very grateful for that. I feel like in the last year, I've really kind of taken a step back from the hustle culture of what my 20s was really surrounded by, and started to really focus on things that make me extremely happy, like make me really excited and kind of give me butterflies. And so that's really where this YouTube and where I've been starting to post and share a little bit more of my life, where that comes from. I truly believe that you can build a beautiful, incredible, wonderful life for yourself. But if you don't do it on your own terms, I do think that you can feel a little lacking in being either really successful or owning a really, great business that gives back to the community. And I think I started to feel that in my 20s. I worked really, really, really hard. I kind of looked up and realized that I was just kind of going through the motions, and I was working myself to the bone without actually enjoying life outside of what I was doing. And for somebody like me, who's actually a pretty big introvert, I'm a very extroverted introvert. I like time by myself. I love time outside. I love being challenged in different ways. I need a lot of mental stimulation. I just didn't have a life outside of my work. And as much as I love my business and what I do think that I needed to take some time, take a step back. And I started to add other things into my life that have really, truly just rounded out my life in ways that I didn't even think was possible. So I feel so much lighter when I am working really hard. I also feel like my time management has gotten so much better. And I've met so many incredible people. My life just feels so much more full now because I have things outside of working. This is what it looks like. It kind of looks like a mess, but it is delicious. It's so fresh. And I've been making this a ton recently, and everybody always asks how I make it. And it's honestly just a bunch of stuff chopped up, put together, and it's delish. I was just about to prep something for dinner and realized I completely almost forgot to give you guys a little haul from my favorite Farmstand, the lowdown of some of the other stuff. So I always get a couple bell peppers. This week I want to roast up some sweet potatoes. I roast those up and kind of make a sweet green inspired potato down. Harvest salad for lunch, which I'm stoked about. Kale for my green juices that I make in the morning. Some spinach for smoothies that I'll typically have for a snack. And then a bunch of herbs. So this week I did cilantro, mint, dill. You saw how that went down with the mint and dill, what I was using that for. I got some nanners and a couple of heirloom tomatoes. Tonight, gonna go for a hike with my husband and our dogs. And then we're gonna have tacos tonight with, look at all this purple. Wow. Nice. With the slaw, some pickled onions, and the salsa chicken tacos. Thank you guys so much for joining and listening to my rambles and rants. I guess it wasn't a rant, but my rambles. Toodles.